Okay, the whole broadcasting thing should be working. I am giving it a couple of seconds just so, yep, I can see myself and I can definitely see that there is sound. I have a lovely bean-shaped cat on my desk and she's rolling around and purring and making meow noises, which unfortunately makes it incredibly hard to actually control the game. So, there were a couple of things that I still wanted to do with this account. And there will still be like further story because this is a live service game, so we will revisit the game even after I finish all of the things that I want to do. But the things that I wanted to do included 1.2 update, 1.5 update. Both are islands, both are kind of holiday themed. One's more spring sunshiny, the other one's more fit for February. But I also wanted to build a house. So I thought it makes more sense to build a house before I do absolutely everything else, because that leaves us with a bit of time to actually, to actually like do the whole house thing. As in, it gives us more time to enjoy the house if I build the house before I do other streams for Infinity Nikki, rather than afterward. So that is precisely what we're gonna be doing. I have about 100,000 stellarites, which is translated as honestly fuck all. We have an entirely empty plot. Completely. And I put the new build pieces on my sidebar, aka it was things that we have gotten for free as a build piece. Is that a window or is that a door? I think it was called a door before, but I'm like so not sure. This whole thing is so hard to align as well, because like this is the pathway that we can't change that enters our plot. And this is our plot, and it's fairly big. But also, yeah. Maybe in order to try and avoid the need to align anything, I'm just gonna build a house this way. That way, screw it. If it's not even with the pathway, who cares? It's our sideways house. I wanna place this down, save, and just check if this works as a door, because this looks like a window to me. This is a window! Game! You can't call windows doors. That's not how it works. What kind of piece for this thing? I swear, that looked like a door to me. Is this a door? Are you a door? Yeah, the first thing to do in the game is locate what is a door, I suppose. Right, this would definitely be a door. Good to have solved that problem. It's Pawn. Pawn's on the table. She's my little girl, and she's being a bean. If I angle my camera, I don't know if you can like see her, because yeah, that's a cat. That's definitely a cat. So you can see her at least a little bit. Where should my camera be? About there. About there is correct. Yeah, it's Kitty. She's just being a cute kitty and living her best kitty life, as cats should. If I place a door like this, and then I will also put down some flooring for myself. This is the flooring that this door goes with. And that's important because Infinity Nikki doesn't do mix and match. I'm judging the flooring of whether or not it can snap to the door. Because my ability to actually rotate things at this low level of building is nearly non-existent. So things have to snap in place well. Okay, that's one. That's my other little pretzel. The house that I want to build, I want to make it kind of small. We don't want an oversized house. Mainly because we don't have a lot of housing materials. But also... And also because I'm not rich. But also because small houses are kind of cute. So it's gonna be one floor. And I don't know, should I do it more rectangular or square shaped? Yeah. We can change the like the dye of the house. Which area are we on? Here. So this is the default, but we can like make it different. Please put down my door back. There we go. I want to assemble the house first. Yeah! It normally like takes a lot of like build load. As you can see, we don't have a lot of load to work with. But I think that that's gonna be enough load. It's gonna be enough load for a small house and whatever else we want to place in our backyard and stuff like this. So... I'm thinking... This will look a bit awkward, won't it? Why are you snapping like this? Wall, where are you going? What angle is this? Help. Okay. Let's do one extra to the side. I think this would be the correct angle. And then let's like angle it and go this way. And we'll take care of the interior after we build the exterior. We want it to be small, quaint, cute, comfy, and we don't want it to be too large, but we also don't want to like build a shed and then be like, where does my bedroom go? And that is judging what is that supposed to look like is definitely something. Is that good? You are a weird wall. You're like the same on two separate places. Can you be less awkward, please? Go down, thank you. You also need not to be weird. We're gonna be matchy-matchy. I'm not entirely like upset about using dye buckets in here. Just because the primary things that we're gonna be using them on is just the walls. With furnishings, we'll try to make do with what we have. But then we'll see what we have and we'll decide from there. Let's... Is that 6? That is 6. So this is a corner piece. I sense that my house might be weird shaped. Let's move you a little to connect with my corner piece. There we go. Now we have a clean corner with but I think that we're losing a bit of a house width in here. We're gonna see if it ends up being slightly narrow going, or if this is if this is normal for it or not. This is me just reading the chat because I can't see very well. One of my eyeballs hurts. I don't like it. I think I strained an eye muscle, and I don't know if that is even a thing. Are eye muscles a thing? I don't know. I strained it. My left eye now struggles with fully rotating to any direction. Hey! It's wall place. Good. Let's proceed with more wall place. I hope so too, because otherwise I'll need to see the people that deal with eyeballs, and I don't like that. Not that people that deal with eyeballs are somehow bad, it's just that people that deal with eyeballs are normally expensive. And we'll be like, you need a new pair of glasses on top of everything else. And I will be like, great, fantastic, wonderful. I am absolutely overjoyed. Maybe if we did like one more wall and then we walled that way. That would be a small and quaint house, wouldn't it? Of course, the next step will be to roof this thing. then we'll also need to path this thing. Yeah, I have mine, but mine are like long distance. I'm normally okay with the short distance vision, but the short distance is very subjective. Aha! Now if I did a corner piece here and a corner piece here... Well, wall first. I might also want to investigate a second door, because this is presumably my backyard space. I think I am presuming correctly. So, you know, I might want to like go out and enjoy my backyard instead of just running around the whole house. I do still very nicely have another door tile. But corners first. That's a corner. That's a corner. Let's try recoloring the corners first. Just to be matchy-matchy. Wall, window, door, window, wall is, I think, would be the plan here. That makes the most sense. Yeah, but I like the idea of housing in Infinity Nikki, but I gotta say its execution is second worst of all housing systems that I've experienced. The first worst still being held by Inzoi. Because no matter how much I try to learn how the hell you do building in Inzoi, I'm still coming up short. So my ability to build on it is so shit. that I'm mostly relying, that is a window, on pre-built things. I'm just gonna use Alt key. My 7 is too far away from me. It's on the other keyboard, and my cat's sleeping in front of it. So, window, nice. Now, we will want a kitchen, a living room area, and a bedroom. And the bedroom can be quite sizable. So, let's start from probably placing a whole bunch of floor. Honestly, that's probably a good idea. So let's first start there. This floor piece goes over here. And this floor piece goes over here. Hooray! Now, let's just floor big. If we want it in other shapes, sizes, or anything like that, we'll think about it later. I might run out of these. Thankfully, I can buy some more. Or rather, it will be like, no, you can't save that. Don't have the proper amount of building materials. And then I will be like, screw you, game, I can pay for them. But we are working with like 100,000 astrolites. So let's just hope that that's enough. I presumed that maybe I'll need to buy some dye buckets, but now I'm thinking that maybe I'll need to buy some floor tiles. Do I need to ceiling myself? Well, I will put a roof, but maybe I'll leave the roof exposed. Okay, so at the very least, we're definitely not lacking this way. We are just gonna be lacking on the sides. I don't actually... I don't think that I seriously played Fallout 4 would be the right statement. I played Fallout 3. I really liked Fallout 3, but by Fallout 4 they so simplified the RPG aspects that it didn't quite appeal to me. It didn't quite feel like an RPG anymore. I have tried Fallout 76. I don't actually consider it to be a bad game. It's a bit hard to run. The time when I tried was already the time after they added, like, voiced NPCs and everything, and not just you in a dead world. I think that it has a very passionate development team, that one. And I kind of liked my experiences with it. But I tend to already have quite a few MMOs that I'm already playing. So I didn't really feel a need for another one, and it still ran like poopy poop. But Infinity Nikki also runs like poopy poop, and it's a game that I play. So it's just a curse of modern games not being well optimized. But my point is, I do remember there being a build system in Fallout 76. Honestly, I kind of like that one. I think it was fun. These would be all my tiles. We're now gonna save this, and it will tell me that it can't. So we're gonna press check, and we're gonna tag problem decoration, and we're gonna pay money for all of them. So we're just, this is like, I decorated my first house very early on, like the first month, because I wanted to participate in the competition for housing. Nothing good came out of that, but still. So, what I'm trying to say is, I spent quite a lot of diamonds converting it out to astrolites, and then just buying things. And that's what a lot of people did. Oh. Right. Problem side for roofing won't be that side, it will be this side, so we probably should start here. Well, I did. I wish I didn't quite rush it as much as I did. I think the fact that they did a housing competition on the first month that when housing came out kind of ruined housing a little bit. Which is which? Okay. Fair enough. The purpley ones, I bet, are for the house that I have here. How the heck is this roof supposed to come together? Don't know, don't ask me. We're about to wing it, and hopefully it works. Yeah, and then they didn't even execute it very well, because eventually the people that, like, did do well... nope, that's too close. They didn't actually decorate a full house. They did scenes, like little scenes. Well, a lot of people thought that they need to do a full house, me included. What the hell? Okay, that's... First of all, that is giant, and I still don't have resizing on this account, but secondly... that is really weird. Alright, so how do you work? You're like a sky window. You're like another sky window. Like, people complain about building in Heartopia. I'm just thinking... You obviously have not played Infinity Nikki! Because Heartopia is more made for, like, phones. So, building in it on a PC is awkward. For one thing, in order to roof myself, that looks like it connects to literally nothing. I tend to need to make the roof on the floor that I'm standing and then blindly raise it without being able to, like, see what the hell I'm doing. And that's how I... Wait, I can rotate this on a... Oh, right. Y-axis. I feel like at some point I'll just have to tile. I'll have to tile the roof, because this is... What kind of slope this is? With a slope like this, how... My roof would be massive. Like, I would have 5 stories of roof. That... Who slopes things like this? Please. But what I mean is, in order to roof myself in Heartopia, I tend to... need to... make the roof on the floor that I'm standing on, and then raise it above me without actually being able to see what I'm doing. And then go outside and check what it looks like. But... roofing in Infinity Nikki absolutely takes the cake. Just a frig. Ah, what? How does it even connect? Please. I would maybe... What? Okay, that's a corner piece. Okay. Maybe with corner pieces? That's not the correct angle. That makes it look awkward. Really awkward. I have so many questions. My primary question is, did the person that make roofs in Infinity Nikki ever tried roofing in Infinity Nikki? Okay. I can do a fake terrace right there. Let's floor it. Then let's roof the building like this. And then let's floor the above, baby. Wait, why are they doing another construction island? Really? In Infinity Nikki? Why? Will it come with friggin' construction improvements? Or am I gonna swear at my rooftops some more? You know, the good news is that I have done this once, so I can do it again. Right. You're gonna be a terrace! Congratulations! I'm not planning on a second story, so it's gonna be like little thingies that nobody can access. Perfect. Perfection. Let's save. And then it will be like, would you like to... Wait, no. I wanna buy it. I wanna buy it and own it. Please. Like, I can work the system. I know how the frig it works. It's just that it is so incredibly awkward that I am not entirely sure. Why would they add more of it for people to do? I still have plenty to do in my first house if I wanted to. But I tend to not to. Because doing this the first time around made me really, really tired. And I did prepare for a long stream today, so that's fine. I was like, we're gonna do housing. But I know how jank housing is in this, so I came prepared. It doesn't look too bad. It feels awful. Do I have any triangular walls, or am I gonna really jank myself in a second with here? Did your house come with triangular walls? Sorta, maybe? I'll be able to try. It's not a lot of them. The original house has a more robust build, if you ask me. Thank you. Removing all these stars will be a bit of a pain, but oh well. Right, so that line, this line. This will be a very... Oh, god damn it. Go away, thank you. This will be a very long roof. Rather tall ceiling. What? No. Wait. Don't want you here. I want you next to your friend. Down there. Go away. Go away. It will look so weird from the inside. The outside won't know that I'm just gonna floor tile the ceiling. So that will be fine. But from the inside, well, what we're having a super tall ceiling, babes. Jesus Christ, the building mechanics of this game. And then you finish it and you sit in it and you're like, this is pretty, I'm never doing this ever again. Up. Up, but not too up. This should be a good amount of up, maybe? Nope. I need up that's closer to my previous tile. Steady. We can do this. Who decided that we're placing stars as well? It's such a awkward shape to stand on. Like, you guys realize that stars have a lot of little corners to fall off from, right? Right, and then I'll do the other side. And then we'll figure out how the in-between in here works. And we'll tile up the rest. Nope, that will be too tall. That places me directly on my floor. Can't build from here. This should be about correct in height. Aha! Mastering roofing over here. Except that I obviously roofed wrong somewhere, so... Guess the first part aligned and the second didn't, which means that one of these is a double tile. Well, wherever you are, double tile, I hope that you're having a nice life. Chocolate theme? That's weird. What's Wednesday? This is Nikki. This is with our builder's outfit. Also, hello. We're building. Roofing is hard. So please excuse me if I end up being super focused on it. I suppose I'm gonna assume that it's either gonna be like a 4 or a 5 star, and it just won't be my thing. Because they had weird ones before, like just recently during 2.1 we had the glow butt Nikki, which was bizarre. So it's not like they're shy of weird Nikki themes. I'm just thinking, maybe I should continue roofing it like this? But actually, let's like go outside and take a look at it, because this will be a very... I don't think it should go higher than this, actually. Because sure, the slant is a bit weird, but like if I continue going, this house is gonna have a ridiculously high roof. And it will just look really awkward. I don't actually know why a lot of third-person games are allergic to allowing you to remove the first character. the first character, the character that you're controlling, and just like build it like you build in Sims. But then again, even Inzoi is allergic to allowing you to build like you build in Sims. And instead they're like, so for the rooms, you first decide your floor space. Because there is a minimum amount of tile by tile that you can reduce the floor space that you're placing down to. And like, the developers obviously made really good builds using their own tools. I've seen other people work with them, it's just so bloody awkward. No, back, there we go. This angle feels weird. I have nearly sandwiched my roof. First bread built, second bread is building. We'll still need the filling afterwards. I need to get closer again. This might work. I wish that I could change the stupid slope of the roof. The angle that it's preset at, and it's nearly not sloping at all. Which is why I'm just gonna be shoving in some tiles in here. Instead of building like a super giant roof. Because that would be so awkward. It would just... It would look like a little guy with a giant hat. Yeah, like, I don't blame you. We're just having the default house. I don't like working with just the default, though. I want to make things my own. And presumably, that's what building systems are for. I mean... They have a furniture pass going every month, so like that's a roof tile. Presumably, they want building to be a big part of the things that you do in Nikki. There we go. I ain't mad at the ceiling tiles. Like, this is just floor tile, but from underneath. I think it's very pretty. I like having a roof. I'm gonna do this bit, and then I'm gonna try and do this bit before I do that bit. Just so that I don't get stuck in a place where I hit my head onto the ceiling. Aha! To be fair, there is a lot of places where I haven't experienced the build systems. Like, for example, Worm Online used to be a very big thing. And that game was really known for being janky. And people built a lot in it. So I don't know, maybe their systems were extra awkward. Like, I lacked a game education in order to know whether or not their systems were extra awkward. I will replace you with that, and you with that, and I'll pick out the small walls as well. I need to get closer, but I wanna ask if the game's joking right now. Right. 5. Come on. Need to stand about here. This is not a precise match. This is the best that we have for a side tile. Why would you ever do it like this? What? I definitely can't just make it go with old roof systems. Let's try old roof system. No, the angle will be wrong. What are you? Let's see. How does it imagine this to be done? I would really like to know. How is the game imagining that you're supposed to do the roofing over here? That's an attic door. Windowed arch. That's not gonna work. That looks... It's gonna be so awkward. It's gonna be so awkward. Well, we might need to do that old thing where you put pieces together that don't fit. What even is this? Where would you even put this? That does not... Like, this is the closest that we have for... covering up these triangle bits? What? How? I'm just so flabbergasted. How did they imagine you're gonna do a roof? Because surely the game is anticipating that you would do a roof, right? Yeah, they did. Like... I'm trying to figure out how to jigsaw puzzle the roof and not make it look stupid. I get the furniture pass sometimes. Whenever I actually like what's on it. Like the special item, because I have too many tokens As in on my main account, I tend to assemble quite a lot of tokens. Where does this roof break? Let's start from the top, then go to the bottom, so we'll figure out what to do with the triangles afterwards. When game gives you lemons, you improvise really a lot. That even... yeah, that's about right. When I say improvise really a lot, I do mean it. This is literally the only way to close this gap. Mega level jank! Let's go! I'm gonna like figure out how to close the gaps the most that I can. And then when I run out of being able to close the gap, I'll have to use items that are not meant for it. So we're gonna try interesting designs, like for example, bushes. Bushes might work. Trees. I'm sure that it is warm in Mirrorland and that Nikki can sleep in the open air. Be sure that she will be fine. You can even call it extra ventilations, if anything. Like, if I was a real estate agent, I would be like, that house has great ventilation. You have no idea how airy that house is. It's so airy. You'll never run out of fresh air, and you won't even need to open the window. How cool is that? Ha. We're closing the gap! 1 second at a time. I might want a fake window in here or something. I know that those are a thing. But roof first. Sort out roof first. I might need to actually wall off the tall ceiling as well. Because otherwise, if I'm building an extra wall from the ground floor, yeah, we'll use a lot of ground tiles, I think. There's gonna be a secret attic space that we're not gonna be utilizing in this building. That we totally could. Like, just like in my house, we could totally make an attic here. Right, time to jank. Let's see. What can I do for you? Giant gap in the sky? I wish that I could see where this goes. But I can't, because I'm too high up. That aligns really well. So... can do 2 down from here. Now it's a smaller, well-ventilated triangle. Let's do that on the other side too. Which one was this? 5, I think. Nice. Smaller velvet, very well ventilated triangle. Now what do I do? Whoops. You stay in there. That's weird. That too is weird and very pixely. I don't like that. I can't just roof in here. That wouldn't work. What do we have? What are you? Exterior wall? Nice to meet you, exterior wall. Not quite what I'm looking for though. Poles. Poles are a thing. Complex structures. Good for you, complex structures. That would still look weird. Plant matter. I probably won't be able to do this because I would need to... hang this on literally nothing. Heh. What axis am I even rotating this on? Okay, so now we know that that holds. As in that can hang. But it doesn't look very well designed now, does it? Small squares on top of, like, at the... If the small squares went at the top and not the bottom, that would still be kind of weird. Because... This piece, it's bent. So there's... Does the game expect you to raise the whole roofing by half a tile? That could work. But we will need to unroof our whole roof. And we're only gonna be using one layer of roof on both sides. and we'll raise the starting roof point by half a tile. Boy, this is awkward. Thankfully, unroofing is faster than roofing. If we raise the whole structure by half a tile, I can make it work. But then it's like you're supposed to do this in layers, like it's a very weird cake. Like the first layer, then you roof it. Then you do like a second layer and then you roof it. It's half a pagoda? Boy, this is weird. Let's hope that I can afford shit ton of these. 'Cause I'll need it. Please tell me. This might work. We're raising everything by exactly half a tile. Then we're doing roof tiles. Now I want to try 5. Yeah, sorta. That, like, sorta makes sense. Doesn't it? Well, it's definitely design that has a lot of peaks in it. You go down here. You sit. Thank you. Sit. I don't need that much fresh air. Sit. Not there. Kyle! Please! It's easier to do it from here. Mom, my tiles won't sit. We're being a meanie. Right. I need this corner over here, please. Thank you. This corner goes over here. Then we buy another. Who builds a house with 3 corners? How does that make any sense? Please. It's like the house just went, you ran out of corners. 3 corners is more than enough corners. More corners than you ever need in your home. What the hell are you building? Why do you need more corners than that? There we go. No overlying tiles. I do have a problem in my main house. Where I have an overlying wall in my bedroom. It really irritates me. It likes to flash. Can't I just roof this from the inside? Aha, I can. That way I don't need to bother with standing on a star. You see, it weirdly fits now. But if I wanted to do a second layer, I would then need to do ground, the bottom wall again, and then the second layer of roof, which would just be mega awkward. Like, who designs houses like this? It's like you're trying to give me a Lego set for building a pagoda, not a house. This one. Come on, Roofy. Come on, Roofy. You can do it. Thank you. You go in, you go in. When we figured out what Lego set this needs, it started to going much smoother. That's a roof, all right. Doing a second layer of roof would look so incredibly awkward. It's probably best that we don't. So, first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna see how much it's gonna cost me to buy all of that. This might be pricey. Yeah, this is definitely quite pricey. I don't think we could afford to even do a proper second layer of roof. Well, we could. But remember that I'm playing with like 100,000 astrolites on this account, which go down fast. Which means that you really need to try and incorporate what you have. So we're just gonna say that that's roofed enough. But now I need to tile it. I do have 253 ground tiles though. So we should be able to do a layer here, and we should be able to do a layer at a more reasonable height for this house. And then we can probably definitely do a wall for my bedroom, which is the primary wall that I want. After that, we can decide on paints, do inner decoration, and then we'll need to start doing outer landscaping, fences, that sort of thing. God damn it. I really wish that I could roof this from over here. How do you tiles? Thank you. It's why we don't build big houses. Because you're like, I should make a house for my secondary account. To make it good. Give my Nikki some place to live. And then the game is like, lol, roofs. Have you seen any recently? And then you're like, oh no, not the roofs. My roof is distinctly not on fire. It's just really hard to roof. You know, I'm beginning to think that instead of construction outfit, Nikki should have done the reasonable thing and hired a person that specializes in this and can actually do proper construction. Yeah. I really like it as well, because this is the regular floor, but from the other side around it looks really nice. I mean, you can still terraform the ground, sorta. They made pre-made hills, which is more bizarre than normal terraforming, honestly. Because now you're like, let me buy myself a hill. And we will do at least some of this. Like, I don't want to leave the environment entirely bare. But ideally, I want to plop down things around this house that would be giant things. So, let's say that hill with the tree, for example. That take up a lot of space and look pretty without taking a lot of brain space. So it's like terraforming for dummies. Like if you just buy I don't know, a whole hill full of flowers. No! Please, Snap! Snap! If you're happy and you know it, please snap. No! Nearly. Aha! Ah. First layer of roof nearly complete. Second layer of roof starts here. That's not really a roof, it's ceiling tiles, but it's also my roof, so fulfills a double purpose in here. Thankfully, once again, comes to ceiling tiles, game decided to give me a lot. Loads. You know, we need a set. A set of building materials that is just like building made simple. And it's just like roofs at all the right angles that just connect without messing around with half walls. It's just like chef's kiss. Things that are just like properly calculated. That would be so good. So they're like, hey, what kind of sets would you like in the future? And I'm like, oh, you know, simple building materials that just work. Those kinds. I have to bring my giant star a bit closer. No more light for me! Now, it's time for the second round of roof tiles. This is A, gonna bring the roof lower down. Make it more reasonable. But also B, make it so that we don't need to deal with anything in here. Imagine that that is where the pipework goes. You know, ventilation, aircon, your water pipes. I don't know if anyone runs water pipes through roofs, honestly. Normally it's something underneath like your ground or in your walls. But like anything that might need to be in here for like the house, I can run it in here. After we finish this layer, I'll need to pull out any kind of light source that works, because this is very dark now. And also, light source that works has caveats in Infinity Nikki for some reason. Mainly because not every lamp is a lamp. Makes total sense. Huh, you expected your lamp to make actual light? What is this? Not an Unreal Engine 5 game? Something that is optimized to handle multiple sources of light? You think we can afford that? At least this layer is really easy. That is very pretty. The sun's coming up, and it's shining through. Oh, did I leave a gap anywhere? No? Okay. That's just how the sun looks, I guess. Nope. Come on, come on. Nope. Pile. That looked like they were fixing the lights and then they didn't. Yeah, like, I have literally no idea how much this costs to store. The thing is, a lot of MMOs do housing, right? RuneScape has housing, Guild Wars 2 has housing, Final Fantasy 14 has housing. Though I think we might not count Final Fantasy 14 because that one has a preset amount of houses per server and then everybody competes them like it's an actual housing market, which is just a really grim thing to have in a video game. This looks so weird because this line goes around and then it changes to this. So, well, we'll want to address that, but for the time being, we now have the first layer of actual house. I do want a light in here. I do have several lights that work, probably. I know that that one works. Probably. Most of these are friggin' giant. And my roof is kinda close to the surface, I mean. So it feels weird. I mean, I could technically do like ground lights, but ground lights don't actually make light. Just make that make sense. See how weirdly low down this is? Ah, okay. Can work with this. So this part of the house will be my bedroom. So one light for you. We're also gonna have a living room and a kitchen. So they each can get an individual light. And I took cooking just so that we have some kitchen appliances. You know, this one... It doesn't make a lot of light. It makes some light, which is better than no light. Suppose if you're in your bedroom, you're probably feeling sleepy. So not having a terrible amount of light isn't the worst. Also maybe do a couple in the middle. That means that we'll have to buy one, but that's fine. That's what money is for. It's for buying things. Actually, that's kind of very bright. Let's do one in the corridor. I can see! Great! Now I need to figure out how to give myself another wall. Which probably also means getting a door. Potentially. That's a door. I'm pretty sure. At least looks like one. And I only need one. So this is a perfect amount of door. One. Nope. Nope. Wall. Come with me, wall. Gonna copy this. Then let's do the wall, the door wall. So the door. The door. And then, nope, let's just copy, nope, that's the door. Let's copy a wall. There we go. Aha! So, that's the kitchen, that's gonna be the living room, that's the entryway. It's still a bit dark and foreboding. This feels kind of really good for a bedroom. It feels like it's gonna make for a pretty cozy bedroom. I don't know why this feels so foreboding, though. Like... maybe if I move the light fixture here? Let's... try... Ugh. Why are you doing... Why did I have two walls there? Go away. Stupid infinite wall glitch. I might want something brighter for here. Just to make it... I think pink would give the desired effect. I think blue is more pretty. But I think I need this place to be a bit brighter. Because it feels like the light is not traveling. Oh, at least we have our lamps sorted. Let's... no, don't go anywhere. Thank you. Thank goodness we can do pink. On this. I mean... I need you to do pink too. And also you to also do pink. The bedroom can do purple. Purple looks fine in the bedroom. Here, we need to do some pink, I think. You see, now I'm feeling torn between doing the basics and then, like, doing a lot more than the basics. Effectively, I'm becoming a bit fidgety. Because I'm like... What is that? Oh. Right, this bit is shining through a little bit. I can fix that with some objects. if I started by being finicky, then I would fix all the corners that don't look quite right to me first. And then do like furnishing and everything. If I wanted to be less finicky, I could start with furnishings. Ooh. And then maybe do the things that I'm finicky about after. So I'm like, do I finicky or do I not finicky? That is the question. I'm brightening up the floor in here. I won't be brightening it up in the bedroom. The bedroom's fine. Whoops! Control Z, you say? There we go. I wanna re-dye it. I don't wanna delete my own floor tiles. Thankfully, we're building on a nice, clean, no-hill environment. Because if we were built... Come back, thank you. If we were building on a hill, then sometimes you can't just like delete your hill like this. Which is just very inconvenient. Oh, do you mean that long ago store set? In Infinity Nikki that they had? Because that one is so weird. Because effectively you don't even have enough walls for the full room. Because if you assemble it, it doesn't quite go together well enough. No! Come back! Fair enough, these tiles can change locations if they want. I do appreciate that this is at least, you know, one extra style that's not basic. I appreciate it that they, like, gave it to us, but also it doesn't mix with the basic style at all, and roofing is so awkward on this that... I think these tiles are prettier, but the basic set that the game comes with is easier to build with. Go back onto the floor! Thank you. Well, building in Infinity Nikki is just very limited. Let's call it like this. You have a lot of weird furnishings, and look, I did do a video on visiting other people's houses, and some people have worked wonders. Stone houses, cave houses, tree houses. So some people are like really good with utilizing it. But it's still a system and a half. Do you have a dye type that... Nope, okay. I thought maybe there was a dye type that just removes this rim. Do you have a dye type that has a rim? No. Okay. Got it. Let's save. Because we don't want to, like, lose all of the stuff that we're doing so far. What did I even do with my phone? So... Wow. Okay. I can't believe that I have already spent an hour doing this, and this is what I made. I'm like, it's a box! Oh my god, it's a box. My box does all the box things. Yippee! I kind of like, I hate it because they stopped doing the store selection thing. Because I think that they wanted the store selection thing for furnishings to be bigger than it was. But then people, you know, were upset about the whole building thing, and then they were like, let's give out the store for free. And then they stopped doing the store entirely. Which is like a bit... I don't know, it's awkward because a lot of the furnishings that we got for free was delivered through the store system because the battle pass system just doesn't deliver a lot of things, and it definitely doesn't really deliver any building materials, so... What I'm gonna be doing after having this box is climbing up here and doing my railings for my fake balcony. Which hopefully I can. Currently it doesn't want to collide with it though. Are you joking me? There is no angle that I could do a railing on here at. Because the window angle doesn't align with anything else. Okay. So, instead of railings, then we need something... Something just at the top. To make it... I don't know, feel more like a fake balcony, perhaps? All of these plants are normally lifesavers, so I'm just gonna take them out. Considered rocks. But I think rocks wouldn't quite look correct. That is way too big. Nope. I mean, if I wanted to make it look weird, then my fake balcony could have eyebrows. Yeah, that will probably work. That's nice. But it does not have an angle for this. God. God damn it. Come on. I would like you to go higher. When in doubt, plant. You can cover up quite a lot of issues with the build with some well-placed plants. Which I suppose means that if you're buying a real place, make sure that nobody used the Mirta method and just covered up the issues with some nice plants. Yeah, they wanted to make money and people said no. Like... It's like, look, I don't mind you making money, but it has to be... It has to come with a system that is worth money. And building an Infinity Nikki is the jank fest of all jank fests. Home. Let's give my house some eyebrows. This eyebrow is too far away from the house. Now it's better. Don't like the white bits. So I'm just gluing some plant to it. It doesn't make the white bit go away, but it does make me feel better about it. Yeah, come on. That's not quite right. Not bad. There you go, house. You can have some hands. You know, jazz hands. This looks like somebody's trying to hug this wall. Okay, one hand didn't look so weird, but when I tried placing a lot of hand, that made it look kind of weird. Yeah, that will work. That's a rock. There we go. I definitely need more plant. But first, I brought this out, so I want to check it. No, that looks really random. Still looks really random. Well, you're going away. Give me some trees and bushes. Not a nice things. Now, unfortunately, trees do go through the building, so that is something to be wary of. No, you can sit there and wait for a bit longer, plant. This place has no eyebrows yet, though. And that's just not very respectful for a house to not have any eyebrows. So I'm gonna give it some. Okay. That bit is not super awkward. This bit is more sorted now. You can have the crowning eyebrow if you want. My last bit of house eyebrow. Because now all I have left is the tiny brows. It does feel a bit less awkward like this. I do like the music on the house island, it's so relaxing. So you can be relaxed as you rage about your rooftop. Let's place a couple of trees. These ones are super big. My middle of nowhere box. That is true. What kind of house comes with no eyebrow exactly? Let's give it more tree. More tree. That way you come in and you're like, wow, what an empty open field! And then you look that way and it's trees. And a little boxy house. Then you will be like, bruh, I thought it was just an empty field. I was deceived. I have now made like a very obvious pathway of like, go that way towards the house. Don't look at everything else, please. Can add another tree over here. Maybe we can do some smaller tree. And a smaller tree over here. Do I have any more variety of tree? Yeah, I do actually. This one is more of a shrub, isn't it? Yeah, this is a very shrubby thing. Go on, shrubby thing, live in my backyard. Enjoy your shrubbiness. Okay, this kind of look like I'm littering shrubs everywhere, a bit of random. Don't want to be doing that. Big tree in here too. And I can do... Nope. Small shrub. Little baby shrub. In several places. My kitchen! We want to be looking at something good. So... Come out! Come out, my giant magic tree. You're my backyard now. Yeah. Yeah, that looks good. Nice. Thank you. If I had a pool, this is where I would put it. We're now gonna throw a save. We need some furnishings on the inside before we broadly take care of the outside surroundings again. And I need a stretch, so that's what I'm doing. Hello, Dreamland Chronicles. I will like to claim all. I have exactly 400 points. Do I want anything off here? That's the question. If I did everything. Absolutely everything in one day, I could afford the budding lotus pool. Which is awesome, but I ain't putting that amount of effort. So I'm just gonna get some lamps. There we go. That will work. Courses, you say? Is there a collect button collect all button? Thank you. Well, we do have a singular Momo throne in our inventory, so, you know, that's good. So... Momo throne will probably go in the bedroom. Let's try giant bed. A giant bed in the corner of my bedroom. For your wonderful sleeping purposes. The heck is this? Observation deck? Oh, that's not for the inside. That's a fireplace. It's a kitchen. That's a cabinet. Aha! A dresser! It's tiny! Can live here. What about more storage? Classic closet. Christmas bookshelf. Star stash closet. That sounds really fancy. That's gonna go directly into my bedroom. So now, at least we have a lot of storage. No night tables yet, but a lot of storage. Nikki sleeps alone, so... Doesn't matter if there's only one night table, right? I would try to push it in that corner, but it doesn't quite go there. I can always dye it. I'm just worried that everything being this purpley looks a bit awkward. But it's like, she bought herself a whole furnishing set, okay? So everything came very matchy-matchy. Those are my paintings. I'm looking for rugs. Heliocentric carpet. Frontier exploration rug. Those things sound so fancy. And all it is like a little itty tiny bitty ruggy. It doesn't like having a bed on it, so that's weird. But look at this! We have a rug and a bed, and this looks like the perfect sitting location. Aw, little Momo throne. It does look a bit like exhibition furniture. Like, you know, if you would go into, I don't know, IKEA or something. Well. It's like, if I didn't have a big closet, where would I keep my bees? Those are some important things to keep. I need to figure out, like, small items and just place around. And then, of course, I need to do the other half of the bedroom. We just want things that would make it, I don't know, look a bit more lived in. Next to Momo's royal throne, we can have a snack case. So that our precious little bunny can sit here and eat cake. That's nice. We can put some extra lighting on here. And that's gonna be our perfumes. A mystery bottle. So I wonder what Nikki smells like. Because she's using some sort of blue purpley perfume bottles with the topic being the stars. Don't open that closet, is where the bees are. I mean, Infinity Nikki has a lot more sane furnishing selections, I would say. Like, the whole idea is that you will just, like, want to make, like, a normal looking house, I suppose. Hertopia just sometimes, like, smacks you with... Yeah, do you want a giant sparkly T-Rex head? And you're like... Yeah, that sounds like something that I would want to have. I want to have, like, a sitting area in here somewhere. Like her desk. Now, mind you, if we don't have the furnishing, we can also make it or effectively buy it with Stellarites. But the game gave me a lot of furnishings, so I'm just trying to, like, use them up a little bit. Ooh. That's a nice chair. This will be like Nikki's computer desk before computer desks were a thing, you know? So what I mean is the things that you would normally use the desk for, which is like reading and writing, maybe some drawing. I remember. There we go, light year telescope. You see, Nikki is smart. She has a telescope in front of a window that's probably like impossible to open. On the ground floor. So, where it's already kind of hard to see. And there's a lot of trees outside. Unfortunately, the telescope only comes in red, which throws off the coloration for this room, but we can live with it. I mean, she came from a place. It would have had computers, and PairPal is a thing. So there's that. And this is for like our study part of the room. So that's where we sleep. And this is where like we study. It's just... It's something that I always had in my bedroom. Now I have like a proper workroom, which is amazing because this is a 2-bedroom property. So effectively I just stole the 2nd bedroom for myself. But normally, when I was a child, my study desk and computer desk, it was just inside my bedroom. There we go. You just have to place the rug first, and then you can put things on top of a rug. So I'm used to there being like effectively a little place. A little nook just for you. Inside your room for that. But also on Nikki's side. Honestly, this is massive. Like, a normal, I would say a good-sized bedroom would end like here. So, like, you would have, like, your desk here, but, like, your bed would be here and everything. This is in case we want some tea. Well, we're doing that heavy reading. You know, these books look kind of boring, but knowing Nikki, I bet it's like fashion history or something like that. Things that go on walls, go. Ah yes, see, fake windows. Ooh. Fancy. That's fancy. Okay, what if we combine it like this? just... Thank you. You know, one thing that I never had really on my walls is paintings. My mother allowed me to have like one poster, but hanging it up was such a stressful affair because she ended up yelling at me quite a lot for like being unable to get it straight. That I just lived in an orange room with like a singular poster of a skull for a very long time. And then when I moved, I had landlords, so you can't really like hang things. And now I'm technically in a place where I could hang things, but putting in a nail inside a wall, you first need to check where the electrics are, then you need to check where the plumbing is. It's such a bitch that you just end up not doing it. And this room could work as this, or it could have something in the middle of it. So, time to go searching. Hello, I am really streaming, yes. I normally aim to do these like twice a month, but some months end up being worse, and then I end up doing it like once a month. I could technically do it like more often than that, but most of the time I'm not in the physical state to do like a proper stream. The heck are all the things that I have? Majority of these things are like so weird. I might as well try some. What even? Why do I not hate it? Ooh. Do I want it in blue or in pink? Don't you love it when you come into your bedroom and you're greeted with whatever this is? We're gonna call it art, I think. Pink throws off the vibes less. Now, I also have this exercise equipment. For reasons. Now, let's not overstuff it, right? What else do we have in here? Some gifts, a side table. Time beverage machine? A beverage machine inspired by black holes. Extracting the essence of time, it wards off the fatigue of the what the hell? The fuck what is the right question in here? What if I had this? And then I placed the time beverage machine on it. So that, you know, when you're doing a lot of heavy reading, that's your tea set. That's your time beverage machine, which I'm assuming means coffee. Yeah, I don't know if Nikki is like doing a creative exercise for her writing or just coffee. I don't know how I'm feeling about more special effects on the Dear Nikki sleeves. I feel like they have plenty as it is. So to hear that there's even more. It does remind me of Tide of Tears though. Because Tide of Tears has like this Final Evolution has like a little glittery effect at your back. But it's not super noticeable, so I don't hate it. But it's there. If you squint really hard, it's there and it's kind of pretty. I'm leaving myself some gifts in my own bedroom. And I can also put a wreath up in here. Nah, that's a bit weird. Do I want anything else on this wall? I mean, we can do the moon in here. The moon. This feels so incredibly homey now. This actually feels like a bedroom. What does the moon come into? Dark and not as dark. Can go with not as dark. Bright moon. I like this. I like this a lot. Yeah. Now I'm wondering, do I have like any seating for just like the middle of the room? I'm mainly looking for things like cushions. Yeah, something like this. It would look on topic if you like came in. And there was like a desk. There was like a couple of seating cushions. So that you can like have a tea and stare at this beauty. And you can like walk around. We live alone though, so we don't need two cushions. One cushion will suffice. Nobody's invited. If Momo wants to sit anywhere, he has a throne. He shouldn't be greedy. I want to move the desk closer to this. There's only so close that it wants to go though. So like in theory, like you come in and you sit down. That's a bit too close, I think. I want this place to be both walkable and pretty. So come in, that's our tea set. We take a sharp turn left, there's a bed. And we walk around here, and this is our study with the time beverage machine. We have some books, we have our tea set, we left ourselves some gifts. Nice. Now the only question is... Yeah. Let's make it pink. Look at us go in pink. Perfect. Yeah, I like this. This is nice. Now, mind you, the cushion is a bit in the way. But for role-playing reasons, we can assume that Nikki moves it from time to time. It's not like it's drilled down to the floor.
Our home really needed this.
Yeah, just like... Let me have my time beverage. This chair is a bit too close to the actual table to be usable. This chair is usable, but the wrong way around. But we're just like presenting ourselves like, hello there. Welcome to the bedroom. The bed is usable from this side. So if we ever wanted to like sit here and like browse some Purple, then Momo gets super comfy. It's a really big bed. Now, we don't know how to actually use the telescope, nor the coffee machine, so it seems, but it's fine, because the coffee machine is made out of time holes or some nonsense like that, so... Yeah, Nikki, I'm sure that that is precisely the way that things are. I'm sure that that makes a lot of sense. Now, we have a kitchen and a living room to do. I don't want the furniture set. This is default island counter, so it will go into this room. I also have a lot of furnishings somewhere. Somewhere over the rainbow. That makes sense for a kitchen. There we go. That's dresser, cabinet, cupboard. And it looks like a sink. That's another cupboard. That's a different kind of cupboard. The game just went cupboards. Fuck yeah. All the cupboards. 1,000,002 cupboards. Let's go. We have enough chairs to actually like do a proper dining table in here. And that is like a proper dining table. This is so scenic. This is my little kitchen. For preparing my little food. Hey, that's not bad. That sink unit sorta even makes sense. Let's see. This doesn't quite fit. And that's a shame. The writing desk for creating things. Should go like here. What I need is something to put in here. And also like maybe a bar or something. How far can you press against this? About this far. I would like it to be more aligned with that window, though. Just why it's a bit of a problem. Right, something to put in there. Quite specifically. Something to put in that corner. Do I have anything that would just wanna put in that, to wanna come into that corner? I mean, a table of some sort with that on top of it, maybe? Do you have a kettle in here? And a tea set. That's a table of some sort. That's a different table of some sort. Ooh. This is so nearly that I think if we wiggle things, we'll squeeze it in. Yeah, that can squeeze itself in here. This is my kitchen. That's in case you want to have candy instead of a proper dinner, you know. That's my tea set. That's my set with which to serve the tea which you boiled with. That is quite a mouthful of words. We need things on the walls that would help us frame all of this. We potentially might want a bar here, or maybe just like a seating area. So let's start with wall things of the wall variety. Aw, that's a joyous lamp set. I do want to see how it looks. Are you happy yet, lamps? Are you feeling happy? I can potentially put it on like a dinner table when we have that in here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that, like, Momo gets into Nikki's candy quite a lot. That sounds incredibly wrong, but, like, you know what I mean. I don't mean it in a bad way. Do I want a giant random wall inside my house? I don't know. Probably not, this is weird. But it is always an option. To just have a giant random wall in my house. A rolling screen. Paintings. Galaxy curtains. A gramophone. One thing that I will be setting down is the table. So it can, like, pre-exist. Ooh, that's perfect. These curtains go fantastically inside my kitchen. It really helps with the kitchen look and feel, I think. No, my happy lanterns do not like sitting on tables. My music machine seems to not care. So the music apparatus can go and, like, sit on a desk. No. I wanna recolor this. That is so barely noticeable, though. It is something to hang on a wall. Maybe the barely noticeable chart can go in this direction. Or I can dye it to blue. So now we have one in purple and one in blue. And that at least looks okay. So now what we want is chairs. It's the same chair that we had in our bedroom. But that's fine. We're not picky about chairs in here. I feel like I need a rug. For anyone watching, the build function can definitely be a lot more flexible than this. It's just that I've made the decision to build with free stuff instead of bothering with crafting some more. Like, we could definitely have a lot more in here. It's just that I'm like, what did the game give to me for free? I know, whatever this is. Move, table! Let's first go with the rug. Do I want it in green? Maybe. Now place table, sit on the rug. Yeah, this way our kitchen looks a lot more homey than just not having the rug. Hello, yes, sometimes I do live streams. I do them like maybe once a month, twice a month. It's not a super often thing. I have like a full playthrough of Infinity Nikki 1.0 and 2.0 live streamed on this channel. It has like a whole playlist, so it's the thing that we sometimes do on Mondays, and then when I don't have the spoons, instead I do a pre-recorded Let's Play. I now need a living room, but first I want to throw in a save. And obviously we want to pay for our curtains. Let's do a save. This chair is actually a usable chair because it's far enough away from the table. And we can change the music. We can make it feel like Wishfield.
This song fits my mood perfectly right now.
She's like, yay, it sounds like Wishfield. Thank you. That looks like a chair place as well. Like, what if you don't wanna stand in front of your crafty thing? What if you wanna sit? So just in case. Just in case, let's place that down there. We should have a fake fireplace somewhere. I say fake because it doesn't quite come out the other side. There we go, that's a fake fireplace if I ever seen one. I have this as a sofa. This for chairs. Come on, fireplace, stick to the wall. There we go. Have a nice fake fireplace in here. The Din table can scooch a little. Scoot. Let's scoot the fireplace a bit to this side. Then scoot our city place. A nice little chair over there. So we're gonna enter from here, and that's what we see. So that's nice. Lanterns can sit by the fireplace. They look kind of nice over there. First of all, everybody kind of suffers from fear of missing out a little bit, and gacha games do really feed on that. So if you can't cope with it, then it's best not to really play gacha games. I do end up spending on Infinity Nikki probably more than I should. Like, this month I ended up getting the triple Stellarite pack, which I probably shouldn't have. But at the same time, I know that I'm poor and that I don't really have money to just spend on this game. Like, super spend it. So anything that's really far out of my budget range, I don't even look at it. And then some other things, sometimes I'm like, am I actually gonna use that at all? The issue is that sometimes I end up being like hole rich, which is an odd problem because like 2.2 finished, I collected a whole bunch of chests and things from the quests, and I was preparing to like spend it, well, 2.0, and I was preparing to spend it on 2.2, which was also like really pull rich. So I got myself one full evolution, because the last time that I've gotten a dress before that was 1.8, really? But then I still had pulse, and I know in my mind that I'm supposed to save those, but I have a soft head because I've decided to just like spend it on the 2 4-stars and like have a base evolution of both this month, which I probably shouldn't have done because they weren't great 4-stars. They weren't something that I couldn't like live without. But I already like saw one and I was gonna spend on it, and then the item division for it was pretty shit, so then I got angry and then instead I got the base for both. And now I'm like, I suppose I'll use these because it would be very weird not to after like getting them. So I've been making outfits with it, but like that's a very FOMO thing, I think, where if we weren't like drip-fed banners and they weren't just like coming in and going away, I probably would have made different decisions. But it is what it is. That's my air diffuser over there to make the room smell nice. Now the issue is that there's a lot of space here, which is for walking, right? But whoever like has an open corridor in their house that isn't just like a rich person. So exercise equipment by the door over there. We can probably do like something big. Like a cupboard or something. So let's take out the astronomy bookshelf. Let's take out the star display cabinet. Panorama cabinet, maybe. Oh, this one is tiny! It's so ditchy! You can stand over here. Next to my crafting place. Yeah, I find that if you know how to control yourself with Nikki, then playing Heartopia is no big deal. Yeah, like, I get what you mean. One of my issues now with Nikki, though, is that... Do I want the plates in there? Like, it covers that weird angle, but... I think that's just too close to the entrance. One of my issues with Nikki now is that specific clothes really tank my frame rate. So sometimes I'd have to start asking for myself of, do I have the frame rate for that? Am I actually gonna like fully be using it? Or now? Yeah, look, now we have like a little corner for the exercise equipment. My cat wants to leave the room, so I shall let her out. I bet you anything she'll want back in at some point. Let's see. Starry display board. That looks like something that goes above my exercise equipment. Like here. It's making this building a lot more believable. You don't just have empty corners in your house. That's not how houses work. Most of the people don't have space for that. Then again, Nikki isn't... Most people... I would say that Nikki is rich, but we have to, like, remember that until her own god version, god form, gave her a house in the middle of literally nowhere, Nikki was, like, homeless for a whole bunch of months. So you know what? Fair. I ain't gonna be mad that Nikki's wealthy now. At least wealthy in the kind of property that she can afford. I have 5 cats in total. There's a lot of cats in this household. It does come with some perks of, for example, knowing what it is to sleep with 3 cats in the same bed as you. I don't think that that's possible with, like, less cats than that. Oh, for like your regular login rewards, for the monthly, they stack for like up to 7 days in Heartopia, so you don't need to log in every single day for that. But that is what gachas do. They do like time-consuming events and everything. The Heartopian one isn't that bad, honestly, compared to like regular gacha experience, is what I mean. But one thing about playing a gacha long-term is to figure out how to snap yourself out of it enough so that you're not actually, like, chasing those events. So that if you don't want to log in, you're able to say to yourself, like, okay, I'm not logging in today. But that's hard. This is, like, so incredibly pretty, but I don't know what I'm... This makes absolutely no sense. Should I have a giant pumpkin sofa in my house? So the answer is yes. Yes, I think I should. I'm trying to not just to make it look like I'm just storing all my junk in here. So let's not put that. What else do we have? Plant life. Let's see where we can put you. That does not press against the corner enough. This does. So I can use the weird spewing plant to hide the imperfection. Aha. I almost wanna, like, put it here. So let's try it. Everybody, by everybody I mean my furnishings, please take a step back. Yeah, that fits. Cool. I don't know. Like, after... I still have some, like, Infinity Nikki things that I want to finish. So, quite specifically, I want to do patch 1.2 and 1.5. And then at some point I will also be streaming 2.5. But before I started streaming Infinity Nikki, I was streaming Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remake. And the reason why I switched to Infinity Nikki is because my save file died. And my husband was like, I'll recreate your save file. And in the whole time when I streamed Infinity Nikki has done like half and a little bit out of like 4 streams. So I'm of half a brain to just like request whatever he has done with that save file, because I would actually like to properly play through Oblivion Remake just because for nostalgia reasons. So I think that with that one I would stream more often and it would be kind of fun. Of course, because Infinity Nikki is a live service game, I want to like revisit it. But I don't want to revisit it for like every update. I want to allow the permanent things to amass. Like important story updates. And then like do all of that in like a month or so, or a month or two. So it will be something that I'm gonna be revisiting it, but outside of like those 2 things, I have no plans. Not like no plans to stream, but like I could literally stream whatever. It's just that that's what's on my mind, and because I'm a slow cookie, it might take a while for me to do that. So like I might have just accidentally disclosed like a whole year's worth of streams here. Because once again, I stream fairly, like, rarely. Maybe one day, life will get better, and I'll get more enthusiastic, and then you're gonna see more streams, but... For now, it is what it is. I like the plant over there. I like the sofa over there. But I still feel like this wall over here is kind of bare. I don't like it being so nude. It needs something. And I don't know what that thing is. Probably not this. I don't know, that's a bit weird to have on the inside. Maybe a wall decoration, maybe like some heavy furnishing. Ooh. I like that, but I still want something here. For some reason. I really love that sofa! It gave it as like a throwaway decoration, but I'm like, oh, it's sparkly. Proper looking furniture? Okay, but like super sparkly sofa. Let's take out like a whole bunch of things here. By a whole bunch, apparently I mean like 2. Just so that I can test some things. This like nearly fits here. Yeah, I can make it fit. Would it make more sense? The answer is yes. If I moved you away, moved you into your... Yep. Make more sense if there was just a giant bookcase in here. On entryway. You come in various different colors too. I'll do the pinky purple one. Even though the green looks nice too. Something still feels missing. That plant is a bit shabby. What if I copied you? I also placed you here. Yeah, that looks better. That is going places. This is livable, methinks. Of course, we don't have a toilet. But Nikki just doesn't shit. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I'm not good at it, but sometimes I have like so much stubbornness to just explore games that I like the sound of and that I feel like I missed out by not exploring. But it does make the playthroughs of it like pretty awkward. Like, it kind of reminds me of like my RuneScape playthrough as well. The way... Display vehicle. Oh, cool. Oh, that's nice. I can have my own... I can just have like a bicycle on the wall. Just really weird. Okay. Like, it reminds me of my whole RuneScape playthrough as well. Where a lot of people are really questioning the way that I'm doing things. Like, one person whose comment got deleted by YouTube automatically. It started with, because I did receive a notification with it, like, I can't tell if you're crazy or stupid. I'm just thinking, how about a bit of both? And, I also sometimes, like, receive comments from people in-game as well, of just, like, saying that I do things weird or wrong, and I'm like, look, I know that I ain't the bestest, but I'm just stupidly stubborn to make things work. So, what I now want in here is a pathway. A nice long pathway to my house. Oh, thank you! For both my outfit and my playstyle phrases. Ah yes! Nikki just shits glitter. And then what? Uses it as a styling material? I really like our house now. I'm really enjoying this. It brings joy. This is such a joyful place. Of just made out of random free furnishings that I've received over time. I'm like, yes, perfect. Pathway! Pathway, pathway, pathway. Wrong button. Bee. I want a bee. Well, maybe not a real bee. I'll leave that for Nikki. For she likes to keep them in her pockets. Pathway needs stones. We know that much. Some of these stones will be way too big. Some of these stones will look alright. One of the issues, though, is that guarantee you we're not gonna have enough stones. And running over them will be kind of awkward. It will be a bit of a bumpy ride. So the pathway to my doorway, it's not for use, it's for looks. Okay? Okay. Got it. A stone. A different kind of stone. And another kind of stone. Then we're gonna start turning this way slowly. Okay, they're wonderful rotated stones. They're so amazing. It's funny because there is like actual pathway that you can craft with a high build level. And they're more awkward to use than these stones. I overshot the pathway. Wait. We're presumably not coming out of the bush. We're presumably coming from there. So, you know. Bump, 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 bump. It's just how it be. Look, we can't be greedy. This will have to do as a pathway. This is just RuneScape agility course. You need to get good at jumping. That's all it is. Got it. Thank you, John Shire, and... yeah, I wish that they would. Because for one thing, the pathways, they delete grass around it when you place anything, which just makes things look weird. So now we have a pathway, we have a home. I wanna at least... it's okay to have some empty space. Okay, we don't need to do everything in one sitting. We could, like, leave a lot of this for, like, sometime later and be like, you know, maybe later down in Infinity Nikki, I would want to construct some more. But for the time being, I do want to, like, populate this area around the house with at least something. Like, I don't want to leave it bare. But we have a house, we have a pathway, we have a tree behind it. Now we need to figure out what we're like putting all around here. So there's Truth Astroblade, which is kind of cool. There's obviously a lot of hills and mountains. I could just smack so many hills and mountains into the rest of the environment. There's also these pieces, and they also look kind of fun. There's a rectangular shrub, in case I would really want to encase my place. There's also 5 small fields. Now, mind you, I never do housing on my second account, and this is my second account. My first account, I sometimes do something in there, so we're never gonna actually grow flowers. But just in case we wanted to. Right? We can do a bit of farming fields around our house. Farming enthusiasts will say that this is a pretty bad layout, and I will be like, Yep, with you. It's not for use. It's for the pretties. It's just here to look pretty. And to sit here and do nothing. Shrub, please move. Thank you. And to do nothing else at all. We can do a shrub here and can also copy that shrub. Place it over here. Then copy. No, you sit. You sit. I wanna copy you. And place the extra shrub in here. And making sure that no shrubs are penetrating my house. Because I don't really want the shrub on the inside. I just want the shrub on the outside. That will be the planting for our house. Now, we have this cool thing. This cool thing is getting its own corner. To be cool in. And everything. This is a bit squished. But that is fine. Aha! Look at you thing over there just being cool. Now I kind of want a pathway to you. So, where's my pathway stones? Pathway stones! You will do. This is, you know, in case you want a bumpy ride. All towards over here. And then you will presumably arrive here and stand and be like, now what? And to this I say nothing. This is the point. The point is the pretty place. What did you expect? I can even put in some nice columns just for you. Just for your beautiful standing place. Look, if my guests don't want to break their legs, they'll learn how to jump. Is all I'm gonna say. Now I'm gonna do one in here and one in here. How is so relaxing when you're not doing rooftops? Like, did you notice that the moment I'm no longer doing rooftops, all the rage has disappeared? So the right way to do housing in Infinity Nikki is to never do a roof. Ever. Just live inside the open sky, I guess. The roses, I do like. The roses are nice. Let's do more plant life. Let's maybe do some roses around the pathway. Because people will be like walking over here and they will want to appreciate something nice to look at while they're walking, presumably. Maybe. Can also do like a bush in here. We probably don't want to like buy any rose bushes because the last time I had to use them on my build and I bought some, they were like proper pricey. So we're just gonna use the ones that we have. We do have quite a nice amount of them, so it's not too bad. A giant tree can go here, so that this place doesn't look as lonely. You see the key to populating your backyard is absolutely 100% plant life. That's what I did with my other backyard in this game. It's like, it feels empty. Have you tried putting a bush in it? Yes, no, maybe. If it still feels empty, perhaps another bush will suffice. If not, try a shrub next. This is looking so much better. We have a pathway. You look a bit random, my dude, so you're moving with me. Imagine if replanting things was this easy in real life. You just kind of ran into your backyard and you were like, it's kind of random, so just like, I'm just grabbing this bush and carrying it with me. Tiny bit. Okay, this place is starting to seriously give happy vibes. Like when you start and it's all empty and you're like, how am I gonna fill this? And then you start filling it. And like, it actually is getting filled. Don't quite like your location tree. Move a little bit. Here we go. How about some supporting evergreens? Just for you, tree. They can be your friends. They can be your friends. Maybe another tree, like, here somewhere? That's a bit too close to my other trees, I think. Maybe like here. And that evergreen, it can walk closer to us. Come on. Come on, evergreen. You can sit over here, I think. Maybe even closer to us. What is this design? This is called Do Not Leave Your Backyard Empty. Have something in it. Preferably something nice, maybe. That's too much shrubbery. I need something that's like shrubbery, but not shrubbery. Ah! It's a second variety of shrubbery. Perfect. Yeah, you guys can, like, live on this side. Tiny little shrubs, how cute. Aw, thank you so much! Let me like that. It doesn't let me. Anyway. I can heart it, though, so that's pretty cool. Exactly! Weather has not been invented yet. On this island. Honestly, if it was permanent sunshine, you would assume that it would be very hot, but it's magic, so it's fine. There we go. Nice and tidy. A little bit of shrubbery here. Then everything else will be rose bushes, and then shrubbery on this side. And now we have a house over there. I have some nice spacey place in here. That's just 2 trees and a giant tree. That's my backyard so far. So this side isn't great. Can put some flowers though. We're gonna be doing is slapping down some hills in a second. Because when in doubt, hill. Hills solve everything. And when the hill did not solve your lack of interesting scenery, you did not hill well enough, so just like grab a shovel, add more hill. And it will all be fine. Come on, flowers. You can do it. Are we even? Not at all. We should probably move a bit closer to this wall. Yeah, it looks a lot better when it's not at a weird angle. You're still at a weird angle. I need a grid for these things. That would really help. Ooh, but I do like how it looks. Let's just hug the wall a little bit closer over here. Flower over here. Flower over here. Perfect! Now, we're gonna save. And buy anything that we need buyable. So... Oh no! Really? We don't have... Let's locate you. Let's spread out our things a bit better. Let's locate you. Where are you? Oh, that's you. That's you, rock. And then... there's another one. There's another rock. Wait, that was the wrong rock. So we should have one more of these. I think, because I just removed one extra. So I can like... do it like this. And we don't need you here. You too, have a good day. I hope that taking care of your grandmother goes well. Thank you, and happy Monday to you too. So, the pathway this way will be a bit sparse, but it's still there. This rock can just move over here. It's pathway sorted. Yay! Let's save. Let's get the save going. so that we don't just like explode at random. And then... Right. We got a save going. Have all of that. Let's do some hills. And this is the lazy man's decoration. And you're like, how about we just smack down some hills? Thank you for the pretty. That's a big hill. And suddenly, it looks a lot less empty. See what I mean? Just smack some hills. Just do it. Just do hills. As many hills as the eyes can see. Smacking some hills is a bit awkward. That's something to take into account. But after we're done smacking some hills, it won't look empty anymore. Exactly! When in doubt, hills. If a flower hill, then not empty. If not empty, then pretty. And if pretty, then you're doing decorations correctly. Another hill. Let's do a hill here. Do a hill here. Do a hill here. Maybe a hill in between some hills. Just in case we want to like get spicy with our hills, you know? A hill here. And another hill. Looks a lot worse on mobile, considering that a lot of this, like, flower things just don't exist. But on PC, you need a lazy man's way of decorating? Grab some hills. And the nice thing is that the game just kinda comes with all of these hills. You just... I want this one a bit, maybe this way. There we go. So you're just reusing what the game has already given you. So now we have a bit of empty space here and maybe here. And that's it. I might want the secondary hill over here somewhere. Just so that it doesn't look weird and empty. Like, I have done a lot of this decorating thing. I can probably do with a tree over here. I'll take you, big tree. Come with me. It is hugging my house a little bit. I think that might be fine. Want to check from inside the house though. Just to make sure that the tree... Nope, the tree is not penetrating any walls from what I can see, so that's good. Good tree, well done on not penetrating my walls. I could probably do smaller trees or something like that. Something like a bit of shrubbery. in here. I kind of want the bigger shrubbery. Rather than the smaller shrubbery. Oh, thank you! Yes. No penetration by the tree allowed. This is a family-friendly channel. It's not really family-friendly, but still, I rather my trees were not copulating with my house. They're not the same kind of object. They don't belong together. And really, if you want to be pedantic, and it's not even pedantic, but trees are alive, so they're not even objects. But you know what I mean. It's not like I can place Momo, but I can place a tree. That's nice. Shrubbery over here. This shrubbery is a bit too populated. I want this shrubbery somewhere around this tree. Not like too close. I want that shrubbery to mimic that shrubbery. Shrub here. I only have one of these, which is a shame. They look good, but like, I'm like, what am I supposed to do with like exactly 3 white flowers? I don't like them in here. I have to make sure that they're not coming through the wall from what I can see. So that's good. Do I have any more trees remaining? I have one. Hey, buddy. Do I have to grow, like, somewhere over here? That feels like it's a bit over-treed. So what if I pushed you further into the hills? No more evergreens. But this evergreen can just, like, move maybe here. Also slowly running out of this shrubbery. Okay. I think this isn't perfect. But it's now populated. It doesn't feel bare anymore. This is a lot of empty space, but I think I kind of like it this way. So, there's some empty space in here, and I'm not entirely sure about it, but I think it's okay. Maybe I could add a couple more bushes in here or something. Like, maybe we'll push this here, and we'll push this here. Yeah, maybe like this, like a bush line over here. There, we also have this weird purpley sort of tree, so like I could just add a bit more of these purpley things. Maybe one here. Maybe one here. Maybe one here. That makes it 5 purpley things. I don't think that I want more purpley things though. I think that that is a good amount of purpley things. I feel surprisingly done. And it's weird because I'm like, am I done? Am I really done with my house? Did I actually like build a house? But yeah, I think I did. I think I did build a house. So let's just run through it. Just to make sure that, you know, it houses properly like a house. So this is the wharf. This is where you would come in. Oh, it does look quite nice, actually. Like, I didn't, like, look at it from here, but, like... You come through. This is the makeshift stone pathway, which is a bit of a jumping puzzle, but that's fine. Your jumps have to become a bit bigger as it gets close to the house, but that's just a difficulty level increase. I may as well, like, plant some flowers. Because why not? Like, we may as well, like, use up this. This is just for decoration's sake. For me, I'm not, like, actually gonna be doing planting and harvesting on this, but just for decoration's sake, we can have properly prepared flowers. And then... Yeah, this is... I love our living room. It is a bit random, considering that I have a bike on my wall. And some exercise equipment. But that's how real living is. This sofa no longer wants me to sit on it, which is okay. I'll sit on this one then, you evil sofa. It wanted to sit, it allowed me to sit on it before, and now it's like, no. Oh, fair enough. Either way, it's a very beautiful sofa, I forgive it. We have our wondrous bedroom, and we can sit over here. And it seems that we're sitting whichever way we're approaching it. So that's fun. We can like pose in all directions. I love this bedroom, actually. It's such a... It tickles me in all the right ways. It's a lot of shiny in one room. Then we have this giant tree as our backyard. This is just where you like come out and take a breath and enjoy the wondrous scenery of nature. And it works! It really works! This is our house works. So what I want to do now is to just like take a commemorative photo at the start of it. Somewhere like here. I think here would be great. Where's my photo camera? Know that you're on here somewhere. I'll just do the shortcut. Oh yeah, this worked out a lot better than I thought it would. I was like, no, I'm gonna need like 12 hours in order to build the goddamn house, because building in this game is just kinda awkward. Yay! But no, we did it. We have my small little place. It's all nice and cute. And I now have a place to log off my Nikki when she's not in use. which will be on this bed over here. And nice thing is that Nikki takes off her shoes when she climbs on the bed, so you're not even dragging up mud from the outside. You get to have a cozy little corner for Nikki. So yeah! Thank you all for watching! Thank you for coming with me to build a house. When we come back to streaming Infinity Nikki, which we will at some point, I don't know if it's next week, I don't know if it's the week after, but if one thing in life for certain is that it's definitely gonna be there eventually, at least once a month, if not more. We're gonna be logging in here, and then we're gonna like play through probably like the fireworks islands first, so 1.2, then 1.5 at some point. And this is like a place to log in and log out, and I'm very, very satisfied with it. So, thank you all for watching. This is bringing me happy feelings, and that's precisely what I wanted out of it. I hope I'm gonna see you on my other videos and my other streams. And toodaloo for now. Yeah.